you're going to get hit. That's life. It's coming for you, whether you're ready or not. Pain, struggle, loss, all of it. But here's the thing: you decide how you react. You can sit there and complain, or you can stand up and fight. Life doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care if you're rich, poor, smart, strong, or fragile. Sooner or later, it's going to swing on you. And not just little slaps. I'm talking real hits. The kind that knock the wind out of you. The kind that make you question everything. Your purpose, your strength, your will to keep moving. That's the reality. Nobody escapes it. That illusion that one day things will just be easy. It's a trap. Because when you expect ease, the first storm that rolls in will flatten you. That's why you've got to be ready for it. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Now, here's the hard truth life doesn't warn you. You don't get a countdown before it drops the hammer. One day you're cruising, the next day something breaks. Your job, your relationship, your health, your confidence. And in that moment, your preparation is all that matters. You either built the mental muscle to take the hit, or you didn't. You either saw life for what it really is, a constant test, or you bought into some fantasy that said comfort was the goal. It's not. The goal is to grow through discomfort, to take the chaos and turn it into fuel. You've got to train yourself like a warrior, not in some dramatic movie sense, but in the small daily choices, the discipline to show up even when you're tired, the refusal to quit just because things don't go your way, the decision to be grateful even when life's throwing curveballs. That's the mindset that gets you through. Because when you start viewing problems as preparation, setbacks become setups for something greater. And you stop being surprised by the punches. You start absorbing them and using them to sharpen yourself. Look at nature. Storms don't ask for permission. They come in, they destroy, and they leave. But trees that have deep roots, they don't fall. They bend, they sway, they might lose some leaves, but they're still standing when the sky clears. You've got to be that. You've got to build those deep roots through challenge. Stop waiting for an easy life. Start training for a hard one. It's because when the tough days come, and you want to meet them with calm, clarity, and composure. You want to be the one who smiles in coast and says, let's go. Most people break because they never trained their mind. They chase comfort until the first bit of pain shows up, and then they collapse. But if you live expecting struggle, you stop being surprised when it arrives. You stop making excuses. You start adapting. You start growing. And you realize that every hit you take, every time life knocks you down, it's not the end. It's the beginning of your next level. It's a call to level up, to get sharper, stronger, more relentless. Don't fear the hits. Anticipate them. Prepare for them. Welcome them. It's because they're not here to destroy you. They're here to reveal what you're made of. Life doesn't break you with what happens. It breaks you with how you respond. That's the truth. Two people can go through the exact same hell. One comes out hardened and focused. The other stays broken forever. Why? Because your reaction is everything. You can't control the weather, but you can control your attitude in the storm. That's where your power is, not in trying to avoid the struggle, but in how you face it. Do you run or do you rise? Do you whine or do you work? Most people fold the second things get difficult. They start blaming the world, blaming others, blaming their past, blaming their luck. But the moment you give your power to something outside of you, you lose control. You're now at the mercy of whatever life decides to throw at you next. That's not strength. That's weakness disguised as victimhood, and it keeps people stuck for years. But when you flip the switch and say, no matter what happens, I own my reaction, everything changes. That's when you take your power back. See, you don't have to like what's happening. You just have to refuse to let it define you. Pain, heartbreak, failure, it's all part of the journey. But if you start using it instead of running from it, it becomes your fuel. That reaction, that split-second decision when things go sideways, that's the test. Do you shrink or do you step up? Do you complain or do you calculate your next move? Most people freeze. Winners pivot, they adapt, they stay focused. They breathe through the cows and keep their eyes on the target. The strongest people aren't the ones who've had the easiest lives. They're the ones who chose the right response again and again and again, even when it hurt, even when it didn't make sense, even when it felt unfair, because they knew the true thing, the response creates the outcome. You can turn pain into progress. You can turn failure into foundation, but only if you stay in control of your mind. That's where the battle is. It's not out there. It's in here. People think positivity is fake. They think it's some kind of delusion. It's not. It's a weapon. It's a mindset you build through repetition. You choose to find the lesson. You choose to keep moving. You choose to believe there's more in you than what's trying to break you. That's not denial. That's discipline. And it's rare. Because most people are addicted to the drama of their own misery. They'd rather drown in self-pity than fight their way out. You want to win in life. Then start by owning your response. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop crying about how unfair it all is. Every time you react with strength instead of weakness, you get sharper, you get tougher. And eventually, nothing can shake you because you've trained your mind to stay locked in even when the world around you is falling apart. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd, not pretending things are fine, but by choosing to act like a warrior anyway. You take the hit, wipe the blood, smile, and say, that all you got? Yeah. Because that response, that attitude, that refusal to break, that's what makes you dangerous. That's what builds greatness. People get it twisted. They think staying positive means putting on a fake smile, pretending everything's okay when it's not. Like it's some soft, fluffy mindset for people who can't handle reality. But that's not positivity. That's denial. Real positivity is different. It's not pretending the storm isn't there. It's looking straight into it, feeling the rain hit your face. It's hearing the thunder, knowing it could knock you flat, and standing tall anyway. It's choosing to believe that no matter how bad it gets, you're going to find a way through it. That's not weakness. That's the hardest thing in the world. Anybody can complain. Anybody can cry and talk about how unfair life is. That doesn't take skill. That doesn't take strength. What takes strength is finding light in the dark. What takes grit is refusing to give in to the negativity, even when you've got every reason to. Positivity is about staying focused on the mission when the world is pulling you in every other direction. It's not naive. It's strategic, because if your mind breaks, your body follows. If your spirit cracks, your will collapses. That's why you keep the mindset sharp. That's why you protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Staying positive doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means feeling it fully and still choosing to rise. It means saying, yeah, this sucks. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I don't know how this ends, but I'm still here. I'm still fighting. That's the real flex. That's real power. When you stay positive, not because everything is good, But because you refuse to let darkness win, you become unstoppable. That's the difference. That's the edge. Most people cave when things fall apart. You don't got to train your mind to find the silver in every failure, the lesson in every mistake, the spark in every blackout. It's there, but only if you look for it. And most won't. Most will drown in their excuses and call it truth. But not you. You choose to stay clear. You choose to stay grounded. That's not because life is easy. It's because you've made the decision to not let the hard parts define you. I think about the strongest people you know. They've been through hell. They've lost things they'll never get back. But what makes them strong isn't that they avoided pain. It's that they didn't let the pain make them bitter. They didn't let it steal their fire. That's positivity. That's what it looks like in the real world. It's not some motivational quote on a wall. It's getting out of bed when you don't feel like it. It's showing up with focus when your mind is full of doubt. It's being kind of others when your heart feels heavy. It's refusing to let the darkness turn you into someone you're not. This world doesn't need more people pretending to be okay. It needs people who can stand in the middle of chaos with clarity. People who don't fake happiness, but build it piece by piece, day by day, in the middle of their struggle. People who show others it's possible. That's what real positivity does. It lifts, it inspires, it infects everything around it with strength. And that kind of mindset, that's bulletproof. You want to win, then stop looking for a perfect life. Start creating a powerful one. And that starts with one decision to stay positive, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary, because in a world full of noise, fear, and weakness, a clear mind and strong heart is your greatest weapon. Pain doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to wake you up. It comes to push you past comfort and force you into growth. Most people run from pain. They try to numb it, distract from it, hide behind fake smiles and quick fixes. But the truth is, pain is one of the most honest teachers you'll ever have. It strips everything down. No filters. It shows you exactly where you're weak, exactly where you've been lazy, exactly what needs to change. And if you're paying attention, really paying attention, it shows you who you can become. Everyone talks about wanting strength, wanting discipline, wanting resilience, but they want to skip the part where it hurts. That's not how it works. Strength isn't built in the easy moments. It's forged in the fire, in the failure, in the heartbreak. You think champions were made in comfort. No, they were made when they were broken and still chose to get back up. They were made in the nights nobody saw. Bleeding, doubting, pushing through when quitting would have been easier. The pain you're feeling right now, it's not pointless. It's carving something into you. It's every setback, every betrayal, every loss. It's sharpening your edge. It's building calluses on your soul. You can either let it crush you or let it create you. That's the choice. You can be the victim or the warrior. And that choice is made every day, in every reaction, in every thought that tells you to stop. You've got to look that pain in the eye and say, okay, teach me. Let it teach you where your boundaries are and then break them. Let it teach you what matters and burn everything else. It's not supposed to feel good. Growth isn't a SPAD day. It's war. And your pain is the battlefield. It's testing how bad you want it. It's testing whether your goals were just words or whether you're willing to suffer for them. Because anybody can dream, but only a few are willing to bleed for it. The difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's who is willing to go through hell and come out wiser, stronger, unshakable. Pain is honest. It's the moment you realize you're not where you thought you were, that your limits are closer than you believed, that your excuses are louder than your work ethic. But once you face that truth, you can do something about it. You can rebuild. You can rewire. You can rise. Pain gives you that gift, the clarity to see what's real and the pressure to finally change it. That's the part most people never get to. They tap out before the breakthrough. But if you stay with it, if you lean into the discomfort, you start to feel something shift. A version of you starts to emerge that doesn't flinch, doesn't fold, doesn't fear. And the next time pain shows up, you don't panic. You recognize it. You nod because now you know it's here to teach. And you've become the kind of person who learns. That's how you become dangerous, not by avoiding pain, but by mastering it, by letting it break the old you and build something better in its place. That's evolution. That's how warriors are born. People want to be tough until it's time to actually be tough. Everybody talks about mental strength like it's some motivational slogan you can slap on a t-shirt. But real mental toughness, that's built in the dirt. It's built when nobody's watching. It's built when life's not just testing you. It's trying to break you. You don't get it from reading a book or listening to a podcast. You earn it by walking through hell with your head up and your eyes forward. Struggle is the gatekeeper. You want to be mentally tough. You've got to be willing to struggle, to sit in the discomfort, to feel the pain, the fear, the failure, and keep going anyway. That's where the growth happens. That's where grit is forged. And if you're not putting yourself in situations that challenge you, that stretch you, that scare you a little, then you're not growing. You're stuck in a loop of comfort and excuses. And that's where dreams go to die. The problem is most people want the reward without the grind. They want the mindset of a savage with the habits of a slacker. They want confidence without putting themselves through the fire. It doesn't work like that. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you train like a muscle. Every hard choice you make, every time you get back up, every moment you do what's right instead of what's easy, you're training it. And eventually you start to notice that things that used to shake you don't anymore. You start moving through chaos with calm. You stop reacting and you start responding. You become deliberate, disciplined, dangerous. This world doesn't hand out resilience. It demands it. The moment you decide to chase something bigger than yourself, the universe is going to test you. It's going to put walls in front of you and ask, how bad do you want it? And most people turn around. They say it's too hard, too risky, too much. But the ones who break through, they see the wall and start climbing, bleeding, slipping, crawling, whatever it takes, because they've built that mindset, that inner voice that says, I don't stop. It's not about being perfect. It's not about winning every time. It's about showing up over and over, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when no one believes in you. That's mental toughness. When your emotions say no and your discipline says yes. When your fear screams run and your purpose says stand. You're not always going to feel strong, but you can still act strong. You can still move forward when every part of you wants to quit. And here's the beauty of it. The more you embrace the struggle, the more capable you become. You stop looking for an easy life and start becoming a stronger version of yourself. you stop flinching when things go wrong because you've trained in the dark. You've built a mind that doesn't panic under pressure, that kind of toughness. It's rare, and that's exactly why it's powerful. So if you're struggling, good. That means you're in the right place. That means you're being shaped, not shattered. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Use it. It builds you into something the world hasn't seen yet. Because in the end, it's not the easy path that makes you strong. It's the one you survive. And if you can survive it with your focus intact and your fire still burning, then you've got something no one can take from you. A mind doesn't bend, a will that doesn't break,